Welcome back to the second quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick, Andrew Gidros.
Good morning.
Forgot to pay you on that first quarter, but we're going to get the second quarter, and hopefully the rest of the program you will be paid that same zero per quarter. But anyhow, we having fun. I'm sure you can tell that.
It's Christmas.
I want to apologize. Let's put this photo on the program, please. And I want to apologize to this young lady here. She is from Mandeville. The priest on the left with the big smile is about 93 years old. He's been a priest, a Jesuit priest, now for 76 years. He's already celebrated his Jubilee.
You got the
75th.
You got the 50-year Jubilee, and you got 75.
75.
They ain't many that do that.
He's had the 75.
Not too bad.
And the other young priest there has over 50 years in the Jesuit priesthood.
He's well preserved.
And I asked her, what is her connection? Well, her connection is her husband is a cousin to the priest on the left. And they've just become close friends. And the priests have recently moved into the newly renovated and expanded
St. Charles
College
in Krakatoa.
And there's a name for the area where they are living, but anyhow, and she did invite us to go over at 7:30 every day in the morning. They're having a mass there.
Oh, excellent.
So I'd like to go and visit with them.
And our friend Greg.
I apologize. She wrote a beautiful note about where they had been. The priest on the left had spent most of the last 50 years doing missionary work in Brazil.
Really?
Came in for the Jubilee ceremonies and fell sick, and they were afraid that his sickness, possibly like a fluish, might not. You know, there's so many diseases in some of these foreign countries.
That he might knock down his immune system and make him vulnerable?
Make him vulnerable to bad health. So instead, they've offered him to move over to Krakatoa, and you can see the smile on their faces. Everybody's happy. And I was able to treat them to a lunch. There you go. It was a great visit, and I lost a little sheet of paper. So please call me, 337-945-4010. I bet she didn't lose my card.
She probably got it. And I want to remind people, you and I are going to a retreat that last weekend of February. We're having our annual kickoff gumbo, January the 6th. That's a Monday. It's just a couple of weeks away. At your outdoor kitchen. We're going to have a little mass, and we're going to have a big get-together, probably be 50 guys easily. I think Keith Hebert is going to bring his monthly mass group to come join us, too. I'm cooking a huge gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo. If you want to come by, give me a call, 351-0732, and come enjoy a retreat with the Jesuits right there in Krakatoa.
That's correct.
It's all fun. And then this is a sunrise.
I was standing on Pierre and Brenda Mistro's lovely home at 3 Mile Lake, and I'm peeping through the trees there with the sunset. And now I'm driving. I know I'm not supposed to take pictures and driving, but I kind of have a bad habit of when I see those beautiful sunsets, just look at across the horizon.
Right by JT Wine.
JT Wine.
Good morning, Mr. Morris.
And thank you very much for your annual donation.
Very kind.
Vicky.
Very, very kind. And how about our other friend who sent us a nice donation again? Judge Jerry Schiff sent us a nice donation again this year. I want to thank him. You know,
well, his family goes back. His mother was a member of the founding of the CP Clinic.
Exactly, would make some sandwiches to help.
And Leslie still lives here in Opelousas.
Well, sure. The whole family did the whole thing there, and Judge Jerry has been supporting us from the very first year. So good morning, Judge.
Morning, Judge. And this was at McDonald's. This must have been Thursday. We were cleaning up my house, and this is probably about 10 o'clock or so. I had not eaten anything. I ran over to McDonald's to get a biscuit, sausage biscuit, I think they call it. And Mr. W.D. Fontenot on the right and his lovely wife, Miss Gloria, and we reminisced about Grand Prairie. He ran a grocery store there for W.D.'s when you went to Grand Prairie.
In Goyo.
In Goyo, that's right. Just past the Grand Prairie High School, now Grand Prairie Elementary, where yours truly started a year and a half of his first education days.
And where your brother John and Cody both graduated?
Both graduated from Grand Prairie.
And don't forget about WD being a great musician. He and the, what is it, Cherokee Playboys is what they call the band, I think?
And he is available for gigs. And,
there you go.
And well, look how young. I thought WD young. Was a little old guy. He's a young fella,
he started
early 70s.
Started at store as a mere child.
That's right. I always heard WD's.
If you want to, give him a holler in Grand Prairie.
And while I was there, a busload of students disembarked and walked into McDonald's.
Disembarked, man.
And all dressed in real nice, neat uniforms. And they were well behaved and moving around. Finally, the lady on the right, Miss Kelia Guillory, came by, Singleton Guillory, I might add, and I'll give a story about the Singleton.
Okay.
I said, are you associated with these youngsters that just walked in? She said, I sure am. We're part of the J.S. Clark Leadership Academy here. Oh, I know exactly where y'all are located. I said, is the principal, the founders of it, the Lewises, either of the Lewises here? She says, well, Tiffany Lewis is here, and of course it's Tiffany and Victor Lewis who founded this school, and
that's Tiffany on the left right here, right?
Tiffany on the left came over, very personable, you can tell, professional, and I enjoyed my visit. I said, what about Victor's mom and daddy? She says, you know them? I said, very well. Joseph and I and the Joseph John Lewis family, we all grew up together, same age, and my daddy and I bought pecans, and they had a pecan orchard, one of the biggest in all of St. Landry Parish, on their family land, and that's another story. But she invited me to go over and visit the campus and all, and see the campus.
They had a bunch of kids that were behaved and unbehaved.
Well behaved. I mean, I heard other people commenting how well behaved they were.
The word I've heard about their campus is that that's part of what they want to teach. It's not just education. It's about a certain conduct yourself, and they want to.
You want to come with me when I get invited?
I'll go. Well, sure, I'll go.
And we'll have to bring our own lunch. I think probably.
Right.
Let me not say that. Maybe they have a cafeteria. Westminster has theirs catered each day. Maybe they're doing the same thing.
Could be. Our friends that used to have the Varsity restaurant.
What you mean used to?
Well, is Varsity still kicking? I wasn't sure if it was still kicking or not. I'm not sure. Not sure.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yep.
Who we have here? You're in a waiting room?
So Tiffany and Kelia, thank you so much. And getting back to Kelia, her daddy was Coach Singleton over at Beauchamp.
Coach Francis Singleton, the big, tall basketball coach. He was my basketball coach at basketball camp years ago.
He left what's the
legacy?
Word? A legacy of being a good man and teaching youngsters how to behave and how to excel at the same time.
He was a full-grown, mature man, okay, and huge guy that he's going to put on some weight, of course, once he wasn't playing basketball anymore, but he's just coaching. And we'd get after him, Coach, can you dunk it still? Can you dunk it still? And boy, he just kind of would just lightly just take that ball and roam. I mean, just huge man, and but great coach. Taught me a lot about how to work in the paint.
When I started telling her what I had, all the good things I had heard over the years, her eyes lit up. Thank y'all for being so nice, and we will be there to see your school.
Now you're at a waiting room at the hospital, I guess.
That is
Megan
correct.
was getting her surgery done.
When Megan was getting her surgery done, and the person on the right is Miss Mildred Champagne, and the younger person on the left is Melanie Bork, and they were there for some services. I think Melanie's child was having some surgery performed, and they were in the waiting room. And you know me, I'm going to break the ice and say hi and take a picture if they'll let me. And a gentleman walked out. He had been inside visiting his patient, and when he walked out, walking towards the door to get out, Miss Mildred says, Mr. Thomas, and he stopped. He said, "Oh my God, I passed right near you and didn't see you, Mildred." And they got to talking. Well, as it turned out, she worked in maintenance at the school there, and that was at Broussard Middle in Broussard, Louisiana, elementary grades. And he is Mr. Thomas Brown.
And he was what, the principal?
The principal there.
Excellent.
And we kidded. I said, "You know, you're a Creole." He says, "Yes." I said, "I'm finding out that us white folks are Creoles too." And if you want to learn more about the Creoles and the history of it, Jim LaFleur, the little short
John LaFleur.
John LaFleur. I'm sorry. John LaFleur lives in Washington, Louisiana.
Got a bed and breakfast there, cookbooks,
and
history
beautiful
books.
cookbooks, history books.
Teacher.
And knows the history of the Creoles. And of course, they both, and he mentioned it, and so did Tony Sachere, Creole
It's not Cajun seasoning,
it's not
correct?
Cajun,
it's Creole.
It's Creole. So anyhow,
Yes, sir.
Good morning to all of you for being so nice to me.
This is your property that you had?
That I had in Big Cane. I never walked on it. I sold it to these people. And
Well, they're building it up. Huh?
That's that triple wide I mentioned about 6 weeks ago. They moved it in. And on the other end, it's an L shape. No, not, what is this? A U-shape?
U-shape.
U-shaped piece of property. There's two houses in the middle of it. On the other end of this property to the left is more frontage, and the sun is clearing there, and he'll be building a building. Boy, that makes me feel good.
I got to sneak in some sponsors here real quick. How about Piggly Wiggly, where I went this weekend to pick up a nice brisket to cook for the holidays. Go by your local Piggly Wiggly. They got everything from your meats, and they got stuffed, already ready to go. Just stick it in the oven. It's already seasoned, ready to rock and roll. They got all your good smoked meats. You know, it's gumbo time. I'll be cooking that big gumbo on January 6th. I like to get my smoked turkey necks from them. Great food. You got family coming in. You can cook for them for the holidays. But a lot of you families take food home with them. Go by the Pig and bring some of that food home with you too. 2 locations in Opelousas and 1 in Simsport. And then we've got Dixie Storage. All your storage needs, personal, commercial, little bitty units, big units. Maybe mama got some new furniture for Christmas. Put the old furniture in the storage until you can send it to one of the kids' houses. Maybe it's to send it off to college with one of the kids. They can do all that. Dixie Storage has also got, if you got your RV, you can plug your RV in. You can put your boat in some of those units. If you're a businessman, maybe you want to put a little bit of your parts. That way your workers can go by and pick parts up on the way through. They've got their sister company, A Plus Glass, with locations in Opelousas and in Lafayette.
And I know in Opelousas, the large commercial trucks can get their inspection made right here on West Lander Street, downtown Opelousas, Louisiana.
And for this commercial break, we're going to throw it over to our own Bishop Michael Jarrell, an Opelousas native, for the Diocese of Lafayette, to give his Christmas message here on this holiday season.
At Christmas time, we should remember the reason for the season, the birth of Jesus, true God and true man, the one who is the way, the truth, and the life. On him God's favor rests. He is our hope and our salvation. We remember, too, that Jesus is the Prince of Peace, our hope for peace in a weary world. Let us pray for peace in the lives of all people, especially those who suffer the ravages of war, persecution, or natural disaster. Let us pledge to be instruments of peace in a world that needs that gift so much. May the Lord be with all of you on this holy day. Merry Christmas, everyone.